speaking about knowledge, perfect knowledge. Knowledge received from common man or any person within this material world infected with 4 kinds of defects cannot be perfect. The so-called scientists, philosophers, mental speculation, or dramatists, or writers, as we experience, their talkings all are nonsense. This is our challenge, because the basic principle of their knowledge is ignorance, ajnana. Big scientists, they simply theorize and they try to support their theories with the words, it may be, perhaps. That is not perfect knowledge. As soon as you say it may be, that means you have no perfect knowledge. As soon as you say perhaps, that means you have no perfect knowledge. So all these scientists and philosophers, they use these words, it may be, perhaps. Therefore, we have to receive knowledge from a perfect person. A perfect person means who is not illusion, who does not commit mistake. All of us, we commit mistake. But a perfect person does not commit mistake. This is the difference between perfect and imperfect. We are illusion to accept something in place of something else. Just like the example is given by some philosophers, to accept the rope by mistake as a snake. This is called illusion. To discern water in the desert, this is due to imperfection. So, a person who is liberated or not under the control of the material nature, he is not illusion, neither he commits mistake. Another defect is our senses are imperfect. We use our senses under certain conditions. Just like we have our eyes, but we can see only when there is sunlight or electric light. Otherwise our eyes are useless. Therefore we haven't got perfect eyes. But one who has got perfect eyes, he can see past, present and future. Imperfection of senses. And we, conditioned so, although we admit that we have imperfect senses, we commit mistake, we are illusion, still we take the place of teacher, that is cheating. That is cheating. If you know that you are imperfect, why should you take the place of a teacher? That is cheating. Brahm Pramat Karunakatam Vipralipsa. So these defects are completely absent, conspicuous by absent. Nirasta Puhapam. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, it is said about the absolute truth as nirasta puhapam. Puhap means illusion, imperfectness. So, in the absolute truth, there is no such imperfectness. nirastakohakam dhamna sena. Sada nirastakohakam. Sada. Sada means the once he was defective, now he has become nirastakohakam. No, not like that. The absolute truth is always sada nirastakohakam. Dhamna sena sattam param dhimai. That absolute truth, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is speaking, and he is speaking jnanam teham savijnanam. Savijnanam, with practical experience or by experimental knowledge. Jnanam. Jnanam teham savijnanam. Savijnanam idam bhukshami asesata. Incomplete. Incomplete. Just gatya. If you try to understand this knowledge, what I am speaking to you, Arjuna, just gatya, neha bhuya, in this material world, bhuya again, anna jnatavam avasishyate. You will have anything more to know. This is Vedanta. Veda means knowledge, anta means end. So if you receive knowledge from the Supreme Perfect Personality of Godhead, Krishna, then that is the end of knowledge. Vedaisya sarvai ahameva vedam. Vedanta vis, Vedanta kitcha aham. Krishna. Jasmin gyati sarvavedam vijnatam bhavanti. This is Vedic Injana. If you simply try to understand what Krishna is speaking, to understand Krishna is very difficult. That is not possible. We are so small that it is not possible to analyze Krishna and understand it. But if you simply try to assimilate what Krishna says, then you become perfect person. Jad jnatya bhuya anna jnatavam na avasishyate. Then Krishna said, Manusyanam sahasreshu kaschit jatati siddhaya. Jatotamapi siddhyanam kaschin vritti mam tapas. Actually, we are born fools and rascals. We are coming, evolution from the animal life. The Darwin theory says that we are coming from monkey. So far we have heard that either monkey or cow or lion, human form of body is promoted. One who is coming through Tamoguna, he comes from monkey, as Mr. Darwin. So, those who are coming in Satoguna, they come from the cow. And those who are in the Rajoguna, they come from the lion. Whatever it may be, it is a fact that through evolutionary process, the last part must have been animal life. Pasabhatim Salakkhani, that 30 lakhs of species and forms of animal form. Then we get this human form of life. So actually when you are born uncivilized, we have no knowledge, the same thing, ahara nidra bhayamaitam, as the animals are interested, eating, sleeping, sex life and defense. These are the animal propensities or necessities of life. But when, as we become gradually civilized, we take our birth in India, especially, it is not so easy. Therefore Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Bharat bhumite hoila manusya janma ja. It is very rare. Don't spoil your life imitating animals. It is very valuable life. Human form of life in the land of Bharatvarsh. We are practically seeing, although India is so fallen, still when we speak of Krishna consciousness, hundreds and thousands people come to hear. I have experienced in Bombay, Calcutta and other places. By nature, they are inclined to become Krishna conscious. Unfortunately, outward influence are curbing down this natural instinct of Bharatvarsh. It is very, very regrettable. We are naturally God conscious, Krishna conscious. But by artificial means, we are being cut down. Therefore Krishna says, Manusyanam sahasreshu kaschid jatati siddhaya. Krishna consciousness means making progress for perfection of life. Siddhi, siddhila, siddhas. Siddhas means mukta, theoretically mukta. They are called siddhas. There is siddha lok. There is a planet which is called siddha lok. All the inhabitants of that planet, they are all mystic yogis. They can fly from one planet to another without any instrument. Siddha lok. So, every human being, especially the civilized man, can become siddha. Siddha means to understand his constitutional position. That is siddhi. Because the animal does not know what is his constitutional position. He thinks that he is the body. But actually he is not the body, he is spirit soul. The human form of life, this consciousness, this ignorance can be removed, and he can understand that Aham Brahmasmi, I am not this body, I am spirit soul. And when he comes to the point of understanding that he is not body, he is soul, then he is called Brahma Bhuta. Before that, so long he is in bodily concept of life, he is Jiva Bhuta. These are the difference. When you are bodily conscious of life, we are called Jiva Bhuta. Mamaivangsha Jiva Bhuta. The spirit soul is always part and parcel of God. That's a fact. God is Brahma, Parabrahma, and we are also Brahma. It is a fact to realize it, Aham Brahmasmi, that is Siddhi. That is perfect. So, nobody is trying to understand. Especially in Bharatvarsha, this culture was very strong. Although there are different parties, different acharyas, but their only purpose is self-realization. Either you follow Shankaracharya or Ramanujarya, Madhyacharya, many acharyas. We may differ in our final conclusion whether the ultimate truth is person or imperson. That is not very important thing. But all of them are trying to realization of the self. Siddhi. The yogis, the jnanis, the bhaktas, even the karmi, they are also trying to become siddha, siddhila. But the difference between the bhaktas and the others, namely karmis, jnanis and yogis, there is little difference. What is the difference? The bhaktas are peaceful, others are disturbed. Klesha adhikatarastesam abhaktya shaktasesam. They are very troublesome. They have accepted very troublesome method. Kurmi, it is also very troublesome. Jnani, that is also very troublesome. And yogi, that is also very troublesome. And the bhakta, in the 9th chapter it says, Susukham kortum abhayam. Susukham, very pleasing to execute the path of devotional service is very easy and pleasing. Why it is easy and pleasing? Savanam Kirtanam Vishnu. You have to simply hear. You haven't got to exercise. You haven't got to press your nose and make your head down and your legs up and starve and so many others. It is very simply sit down where you are and hear about Krishna. Satang prasangat mama bija samvida bhavanti vitkarna rasana katha. Krishna katha is so pleasing. If you hear it from a realized person, satang prasanga, not professional. If you hear Bhagavatam from professional man, you will never understand. Because that is different here. But if you hear from a realized person, tad vijnanatham sa gurumeva avijachet, then it becomes very pleasing. Well, pleasing to the ear and pleasing to the heart. Hit karna rasayanam satang prasanga mama bija sangila bhavanti vitkarna rasayana katha tajjosanad asu apavarga bhatpadi sadhya bhakti rati ranukramishati. If you hear from self-realized person, and after that, if you try little bit, tajjosana, at least you consider tajjosana, asu, very soon. Asu, apavargavatmani. Apavargavatmani means towards the path of liberation. Pavarga and apavarga. Pavarga means the path of bondage, and apavarga means the path of liberation.